Back with the second block start breakdown for Canadian National Track and Field Championships. In this one, I'm going to be focusing in on Canadian national record holder for the women, Audrey Leduc of Gatineau, Quebec, representing Adidas in the sport now. So she's the one here in the middle of the screen. So her personal best, I believe, is 10.94 seconds now in the 100 meter. So we're going to break down her block start here and also harken back to Wyatt Lee's as well. So the reason I say that is, let's take a look at her foot positioning first of all. If you notice, both of her feet firmly pushed back into the blocks. This is preloading up her Achilles tendon and calf so that, one, she's able to just immediately react off the blocks as soon as she starts to push and she's not wasting any time there. And two, this allows for a much cleaner start without any risk for really any false starts. So this starts as they've already been called up to set. So if you notice, take a look right there. See how she rises a little bit higher and then settles back down? So there's an issue here with that. It shows that she's still not fully comfortable in her start position at set. This has a big upside to it. This isn't really a negative. This just means as she becomes more comfortable, her start is just going to become more efficient and better. So the downside to it, however, is that because she's moving, if you take a look at her legs as she's doing it, they're still flexing up and down as she's doing it. So that means that there's going to be a little bit of pressure being put on to the blocks. And because these blocks are censored, they're going to be seen. So the sensor is basically a force plate in there with a timer. So if the gun goes and before 0.100 seconds elapses and there's a massive spike in force, which can be caused by going up and down here, it can actually set off a false start reading, which then you're disqualified from the race. But in this case, no issues at all. So the gun goes, so take a look. If there's something that you notice there, I'm going to give you a quick second before I point it out. I'm going to bring the mouse cursor over, so watch right here where the mouse cursor is right now. Gun goes, boom. See how there's that flexion in the spine? The vast majority, if not every sprinter, is going to have a little bit of this because this is the weakest point in our body for the actual sprint. It's not the legs, it's not actually up through the shoulders. It's right through here where all the force transfers from the low body into the upper body. As hard as you're trying to brace when you take that big breath in as the gun's about to go, your legs are going to be putting out so much force that right through there is still going to have some flexion. And the other reason why you're going to have a little bit of that is there's a delay between when your legs are pushing and when your arms actually start to move. So as she comes up here, so what it causes for her is a little bit of rounding here. Take a look at the competitor to her right or on the left of the screen for us. She's a little bit stronger through her midsection and she's able to keep a much more, not necessarily neutral, but a much more natural spine position. And you're going to see how this plays off as the race goes. So boom, boom, boom. So at this point, Audrey is actually probably in 4th place. And then at about 10 meters into the race, 8 to 10 meters here, she's actually in 2nd, 3rd place. But because she's just vastly faster than everyone else in this race, she separates at that point. She's already pulling away. But now let's go back to these first few steps as well. So excellent push off. Both feet are pushing off. Now, what I'm going to be highlighting here is shin positioning for her. She's a professional. Now we're going to start digging into shin positioning. So, foot strike, good. Positive shin angle. Boom. Positive shin angle. Now take a look. See how, yes, she's getting excellent knee lift because she's, despite being, my impression of her when I first saw her, scrawny-ass white girl, she is getting excellent knee lift and hip extension. She's driving through. She's pushing through. But one thing that I noticed right here, she's trying to open up the knee angle a little bit here. She fights it because this is only the 3rd step. So we don't see it because the official is in the way here. The official's in the spot they're supposed to be. I'm not faulting them for that. But now, boom, still positive shin angle. Right here, she's opened up the knee angle. We don't want to see that happening quite this early in a race at the top end of the sport. But when she makes ground contact, she still has positive shin angle. But now that on the next step is already gone. So what this is telling us is that she still has a lot of improvements she can make in her start. She runs 10.94 seconds. There's no reason why, just by cleaning up this portion here. And one thing I just noticed here, she has a little bit of a bob up and down with her torso. By cleaning all of this up, it's going to help to make her faster down the track. The big benefit she has over everyone in this race and in Canada in general is her top end speed is the fastest. She's the fastest 200 meter runner in Canadian history. She's the fastest 100 meter runner in Canadian history on the women's side. That means that she has the best top end speed across the sport in our sport currently in Canada. She's still not efficient in the beginning. She's very tight. The start of the 100 meter is a violence. She's not quite able to be as efficient as she can be here, but she is very strong to be able to still separate from the field at this point and to run the time that she runs. If she's able to then get a little stronger at the 10, so right here is 10 meters, because those right over here, that's the relay zone, end of the relay zone. So this tells me at 10 meters, okay, she's already ahead, but at 8 meters, she's a little bit behind. So her acceleration could still use some work, and that alone is going to help her run in the 10.8s, which then puts her into position to be a dark horse onto a podium at a major international competition. And then as she separates and gets a little bit stronger, keeping that top end speed, she's in good position. So next, I'll break down her main competitor in Canada, Shade McCreath out of Toronto.